We are live once again for our 5th consecutive week.
Said it couldn't be done.
They did. No one believed in us.
I didn't believe in us.
There were crowds of unbelievers.
Yeah, this is my favorite part of the show, the part where nobody could possibly be watching us, but if somebody goes back and watches it later, they will see us saying everything we're saying.
Yeah. And if they have their smell-o-vision turned on, take a whiff.
Do you think that anyone is actively working on that?
I'll invest if they are.
I feel like Elon Musk has the name
Because of his name. Come on, man.
and the resources to be working on that.
Oh man.
There's nothing useful about smell-o-vision outside of like the Food Network.
Are there I bet there is no celebrity I would rather not smell than Elon Musk. I am so certain that he smells unpleasant.
Interesting. For some
After
reason,
hours and cigarettes is probably what I would guess.
Yep, absolutely. Well, I'm glad we got that out of the way. Welcome back once again. Quaran Screenplays, or as I read it earlier, Quran Screenplays.
We welcome all the religions.
Absolutely we do. Absolutely we do. But yeah, I just realized that it is spelled the same as that. But Quaran Screenplays, for those of you who haven't joined us before, I can't imagine anyone is watching this that hasn't watched another episode. I don't think anybody's just now hopping on the train.
What's our retention, you think, from the first episode?
I
100%.
I think 100% because it's family.
Yeah.
My mom's a pretty reliable source.
Yeah, we need to get your parents to watch on different computers.
Yeah, that would be nice. And different.
Get those viewers up. If you're in a house right now,
Turn them all on.
Turn all your computers on, please. So this is a show where every week we read a different screenplay that one of us or some of us or a guest we bring on has written at some point in time that has gone unproduced for one reason or another. And tonight is a bit of a different episode, as we are not technically reading a screenplay. Tonight is sort of Quaran teleplays. It doesn't roll off the tongue quite so well. We will not be changing the name. But tonight we are reading the pilot episode of Word of the Day, a web series that I have worked on at various times over the past couple of years. And we're going to read the pilot episode. It's called Recalcitrant is the name of the pilot. I named the pilot, which is not typically what people do, but we're going to be doing that.
When was this written?
I would say this draft was finished sometime last year. Max, okay. I definitely sent it to you when I finished it.
I would have guessed late 2018 if I had to say. I'm trying to remember when I got it.
It very well might have been 2018.
You're supposed to put the thing in the copyright thing on the first page, but there's nothing there.
There is no first page.
I don't put copyright on any of my scripts.
Oh.
I don't flatter myself.
Have fun stealing it. Someone's stealing it when you leave it on a subway in Seattle.
Hey, that's a very specific reference.
Or if you get helped to school by way of limo from a famous Hollywood producer.
Do not quote
Paul Giamatti.
That liar in this Zoom call.
All right, we're about to play a game. I want the three of you to guess what you think the Rotten Tomatoes score is for Big Fat Liar.
Do you know it off the top of your head?
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay, if it doesn't have enough to have a score, you have to tell us that.
Yeah, I will tell you that not only does it have a score, it has a consensus. It has 94 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
All right. I'm gonna guess 62.
Dang it, that was
okay.
I'm gonna guess 73.
All right,
okay.
I'll guess. Oh man, I said 23, but now you guys went really high. So
I like the movie.
I like the movie too. I would say I'm gonna go 58.
That was the safe bet. It is 44.
Ah,
Gosh, 40s and 50s with a movie like
The
that.
critics'
it's
consensus says, though there's nothing that offensive about Big Fat Liar, it is filled with Hollywood cliches and cartoonish slapstick, making it strictly for kids.
I guess I haven't seen it since I was a child. So
Yeah.
Paul Giamatti
crazy things that happened in that movie, by the way.
is the best part of that movie.
Which part?
Paul Giamatti.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad people tuned in to hear us recount what happened in Big Fat Liar.
If
Exactly.
you're just tuning in, we read the entire screenplay of Big Fat Liar
Exactly.
last week.
Yeah, we will not be reading anything we wrote this week. We will just be reading the Wikipedia synopsis of 2002's biggest film, Big Fat Liar.
Paul Giamatti's a maybe.
Yeah, he should be on any minute.
Okay, cool.
Yep, we're just waiting for him to call in. But to segue back into what we are reading, I would say the lead character in what we're reading would actually be a perfect role for
Ooh,
Paul Giamatti.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you've already cast it.
well
Yeah.
done.
So everybody, if you know who Paul Giamatti is, please picture him as we read this script. So once again, one of us has to play a female character.
We're sorry.
We're so sorry.
Don't know any
We tried to find someone to fill these shoes, and no one likes us enough, or no one cares enough to come on and do it. So,
Volunteers for the future. Do you think anyone is a female who's listening to this?
well, our
Besides the
mothers. Our mothers.
That's true.
But yes, if anyone watches this at
It's like
some
when your
point,
mom tells you.
and you're an actor and you're a woman and you want to come on and be in one of these, we would welcome it.
Because we hate playing female roles.
Well, we're not quite right for them.
I don't think
we
typecast as a woman. No.
Yeah, you will
Come on
probably
here.
play a woman. So I will be playing tonight's female role, Mandy. And let's go around the horn and everybody say who they will be portraying tonight.
I will be playing Chief Librarian Hauk.
I will be reading the scene descriptions.
Wow. I will be playing Oscar, which is the second film we've had with Oscar in it, by the way.
First one was
Hot Dog Justice.
yeah, Hot Dog Justice. I think that
Um,
Oscar fits a lot better.
Yeah. I also have a very brief role, a couple lines as a young man in the library. So without further ado, let's jump right in.
All right, here we go. Interior library, night. Oscar, just a little middle-aged, just a little balding, just a little overweight. Stands in the poetry aisle of a large library. A few overhead lights are on, but he's clearly here after hours. He flips through a book.
Silverstein?
Oscar, startled, spins around to face Mandy. She's standing in the entrance of the aisle, leaning against one of the shelves, her arms crossed behind her back.
What?
He looks down at the book in his hands. He finally sees it. Shel Silverstein's Where the Sidewalk Ends.
Oh, yeah. I was just trying to remember where we keep his stuff. I never know whether to tell people poetry or children when they ask.
Mandy advances slowly down the aisle, her arms still behind her back.
I have the same problem. Which poem is that?
Listen to the Mustn'ts.
Read it to me.
Oscar gives her a look that says, "Don't be weird."
Come on.
Well, okay. Listen to the mustn'ts, child. Listen to the don'ts. Listen to the shouldn'ts, the impossibles, the won'ts. Listen to the never haves, then listen close to me.
Mandy closes her eyes and smiles, her lips almost imperceptibly mouthing the words along with the words.
Anything can happen, child. Anything can be.
He gently shuts the book. Mandy opens her eyes.
One of my favorites.
Why is that?
Before she can answer, from another part of the library, we hear faint voices begin counting down in unison.
10, 9,
9, 8, 7, 6.
Guys, we got to do 5 more numbers here, so be ready.
Mandy looks up at Oscar expectantly.
5,
4,
3,
2, 1.
The voices erupt in celebration. Oscar and Mandy stand awkwardly in the aisle, face to face. He turns away, a missed opportunity.
Happy New Year, Oscar.
From behind her back, she produces a small, beautifully wrapped present. She places it on the shelf in front of them.
This year's going to be different.
She leans forward and plants a quick kiss on his cheek, then backs out of the aisle and heads to wherever the party is. Oscar turns his attention to the gift. He picks it up with his right hand. With his left hand, this is the first time we see he's wearing a thin gold wedding band. He pulls at the bow. It unravels. Interior bedroom day. Two mounds sleep soundly beneath a comforter in a queen-sized bed. The sun shines through the sheared curtains, illuminating a messy room. The floor is covered with discarded clothes and books. A dresser rests against the wall opposite the bed. It's also covered in books. Above it, a wedding picture of a young, thinner, and happier Oscar holding Beth, his then new bride, hanging on the wall. Suddenly, an alarm clock blares. It's an unpleasant sound. One of the mound's arms shoots out from under the covers and smacks the clock, turning it off. Oscar throws the comforter off, revealing his boxer-clad self and other mound, a body pillow. Interior shower, day. Oscar eats a bowl of bland-looking cereal in the shower. Careful to shield it from the water. That's great. Interior bathroom, day. Oscar, now wearing only a towel, brushes his teeth with one hand as he writes on a Post-it note with the other. He sticks it to the mirror in front of him. We see the note, "This year is going to be different," next to it. There's another note. "Anything can happen, child. Anything can be." He spits. Interior kitchen, day. Oscar places his shower bowl. Oscar places his shower bowl and spoon in a sink already overflowing with dishes. He's wearing a polo shirt. To the left of the sink, Mandy's gift, still wrapped, just missing its bow. A small envelope rests against it. Oscar picks up the envelope and opens it.
What do you give the man who knows everything? I hope there's a few in here you haven't heard before. P.S. I hope you open this at home because I know you're reading this out loud.
Oscar laughs and looks around, embarrassed. He gently puts the note back in its envelope and grabs the gift. He stares at it, as if he's trying to determine what it is without opening it. After a moment, he tears it open. Inside is a word of the day calendar. Its colorful packaging promises, "Learn new words, change your life." Oscar opens the box and pulls out the calendar. We can't see what the first word is. Exterior house, day. Oscar, now wearing a sweater over his polo, walks down his driveway carrying a bulky business envelope. It's addressed to Decent Hour Publishing. He reaches his mailbox, looks around, and quickly kisses the envelope before opening the door and sliding it in. He shuts the door and lifts up the flag. Exterior, library, day. Oscar's car sputters into a parking space in front of the library. He puts it in park and removes the keys from the ignition. He pulls the left sleeve of his sweater up, revealing words written on his arm. Oh, I didn't even practice this. Recalcitrant.
Yeah.
Obstinately defiant of authority or restraint, difficult to manage or operate. He pulls the sleeve back down and unbuckles his seatbelt. Interior, library, day. Oscar sits behind the library's front desk, reading a book. He mumbles the words aloud. A young man approaches.
Hi.
Oscar looks up from his book.
Hey, how can I help you?
Do you guys have anything by Shel Silverstein? I look where I thought they'd be and they weren't there.
Yes, we do. It's over in our poetry section.
Huh. I was thinking children's.
You're not the only one.
Oscar sets his book down and stands up.
Do you need me to show you where the poetry section is?
I think I'm good, but thanks for the help.
He walks away. Oscar sits back down and returns to his book. Chief Librarian Hauk appears behind him.
Hello, Oscar. Can I speak to you for a moment in my office?
Sure thing.
As he gets up to leave, he reaches out into a drawer, pulls out a laminated sign that says "Gone Reading" and sets it on the desk. Interior office day. Oscar sits across the desk from Chief Librarian Hauk in a cramped office.
Look, Oscar, I've always liked you.
No, you haven't.
That's true. I don't particularly like you, but that doesn't mean you should be fired.
That's a relief.
But you are. You are fired.
What? Why?
Where do you want me to start?
With why you're firing me.
Well, you read our books while you're working, and then library patrons can't check those books out because you're reading them.
But
It's like if it's like if this was a pizza shop and you're eating all of the pizzas.
Oscar thinks about that for a second.
that metaphor doesn't really hold up.
How so?
If I ate a pizza, it would be gone. But the books are still here after I eat them. I mean, read them.
Well,
No, I'm sorry. I like my job, and I'm good at it. I don't mean to be recalcitrant, but you shouldn't fire me. You can't.
what was that?
You can't fire me. I'm too
No. What's the word you just said?
recalcitrant?
Yes, that one. What does that mean?
Oh, it means
He pulls his sleeve up and looks down at his arm, which is just barely blocked from Hauk's view by the desk.
it means obstinately defiant of authority or restraint, difficult to manage or operate, or something like that.
All right, fine. You're not fired, but cut back on the reading, okay? What kind of operation do you think we're running here?
Library?
Right. You're excused.
Oscar jumps up and scrambles out of the office. Exterior library, dusk. Oscar walks to his car. Mandy runs to catch him.
Oscar.
Oscar turns around and starts walking backward.
Hi, Mandy. How are you?
Good. Hey, you never told me what you thought of your gift.
Oh, yeah, sorry. It's been a crazy day. I love it.
Really?
Really. It was very thoughtful.
Phew, I was worried.
They reach their cars. It's awkward now.
So, you learn any new ones yet?
Yeah. Recalcitrant. It means obstinately
Defiant of authority.
or restraint. That's it. You know recalcitrant?
Mandy smiles.
I'm 38 and a half and single. I know a lot of words.
You still count your age in halves?
Mandy opens her car door.
It's more fun that way.
She climbs in and turns the car on, shutting the door and rolling down the window. She takes a deep breath.
Words matter, Oscar. Words can change the world. They do every single day. And I know that last year was absolute hell for you, but you have to keep trying, okay? You have to keep learning. That's the only way it's ever going to get any better. Just promise me you'll keep up with the calendar.
Oscar is taken aback.
Okay. I promise.
Good. Good night, Oscar.
Bye, Mandy.
She pulls out of the parking lot, leaving Oscar standing by his car. He pulls up his sleeve and takes one more look at his arm. Fade out.
Hey-o! I forgot how short it is.
The
Well
pages
done.
just fly by.
They really do. That's the
Great
that's
job.
the first episode of a series, obviously. So if it seems like an abrupt ending,
That's to bring
Yeah.
you back.
It's
that
just
was to
enough.
bring you back
It's
next
just
week.
enough to wet the palate.
Exactly.
Which is not spelled the way you normally spell wet, in case anybody's curious.
So this would be a
Really?
great
It's WHET, right?
I have absolutely no idea.
Really? Not like your mouth gets wet, so you want to eat food.
Huh.
This isn't important.
It's the most important thing.
This is a show about words. It needs to be right.
That's actually
Yeah.
true.
I can envision this on Quibi.
Yeah, there you go.
What
Can someone
is
explain
Quibi?
to me?
Yeah.
Okay, so Quibi is a new network where all the shows are less than 10 minutes, and it's made so that you can watch it either horizontal, but when you turn it vertical, you can still watch the show, but the way it's like cropped, it's different. Like it never goes sideways.
I don't like that.
I will say, when we first heard about Quibi, Sam went, "Oh, all the stuff you write is so short. You should write something for them." And I didn't know whether that would be an insult or.
Well, if you've seen the Golden Arms short film on Quibi, then you know you'd be right at home.
I heard
Yes.
about that.
So let's talk about word of the day.
It's part of an anthology. Okay, so yes,
Yeah.
word of the day. Well, I feel like I should maybe give a little context as to what the show is about.
Yeah, give us the season pitch.
Yeah, so the pitch is, it's about a guy who gets a word of the day calendar that changes his life. But it's sort of a magical show in the sense that he discovers throughout the series that each word in the calendar has like magical properties that he can use to get what he wants. So in the pilot, obviously what you catch is he uses that word to keep his job. And obviously he doesn't know that kind of exchange has been made. But sort of the plot of the show is the entire series, however long it would run, takes place over like a single year, as he uses the calendar, and how he ends up becoming like this incredibly successful and famous person through this calendar, and sort of what that the effect that has on his life and his relationships and stuff. So yeah, that's sort of the pitch for the show.
Can we talk about what's on everyone's mind about the show, though?
Which is,
I think with all screenplays, you want to know like what's made up, what's extrapolated from real life. There's a word of the day for you. Is the shower bowl of cereal part of your real life?
It is not a part of my daily life, but I have
I
have eaten more than one bowl of cereal in the shower.
Do you put milk?
Yeah. And then you literally just kind of hold it close enough to your body.
I know you've done it in the car before.
So you like turn around and the shower's on your back.
Exactly. And you block it enough so you can kind of eat it like this.
You're
How is
shielding.
that useful?
You know, it's it's just, you know, sometimes you just really need a shower and a bowl of cereal, and you can't decide which one you want first.
I've heard of a shower beer, but never a bowl of cereal.
It's a shower bowl of cereal. So yes, that is
You knew
something
it was
I have done.
there.
Yeah. So yeah, good. That's a good call out.
That's all I have to say.
So that is where the shower bowl came from.
It's awesome. So the relationship between Oscar and Mandy, is that defined as right now they're interested but not dating yet?
No.
Is that
I'm trying to decide how much I even want to talk about where I see certain things happening. Because once again, this is like last week. What, Max?
You want me to? I don't know where it's going.
I would love to hear what your thoughts are, because I have a pretty definitive. I know.
Want. Yeah.
All right.
I've thought about their relationship far beyond just this episode.
Gotcha.
The best way to describe it. Have you seen Vin Diesel's Bloodshot?
No.
No. That's the one where he has like a fiction. I don't really know. I've never seen it either. No, what I imagined is that he's in the process of getting divorced, and is still sort of mourning that. At the same time, Mandy has stood by him as a friend and always wanted him to experience more joy in life, and has grown emotionally
Gotcha.
attached. I was attracted to him. I don't know. She's
Yeah.
interested in him.
She may want something subtly underneath sometime, but he's not obviously ready for it. So kind of working through that.
Yeah, you guys
I get you.
kind of get it.
Yeah.
I would
I
say
get
so.
you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's somewhat clear that he and his wife are not together or are separated in some sense. So that's not a big not a big spoiler. He's still wearing the ring, but obviously they're not living together.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mandy's kind of a work flirt, you know,
Yeah.
that people have. You have those two people in the office who sort of flirt with each other a little bit. And you're always like, that's kind of weird, but okay.
The Jims and Pams of the world.
Yeah, kind of. But yeah, Mandy is very protective of Oscar.
Yes, that's a great word for
While there is some like maybe some very subtle romantic undertones, I think like there's a very like familial connection between them.
Sure. The relationship that this will either make you upset or really happy, that I envisioned was the relationship between, I can't remember the actress's name, and Ryan Gosling in Lars and the Real Girl, actually. Is that helpful to anyone?
Okay. I can gel with that.
She feels very protective of him, and she's very sweet, and he's kind of like not emotionally at that spot.
For sure. One thing that I want to be wary of is not just like really cool girl who likes this total loser and just is waiting for him to not be a loser anymore. And so that's a tough line to toe because Oscar's kind of a loser. Speaking of which, Jordan left out what Oscar's last name is.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna read
in the script.
Crack up, man.
Jordan jumped over it.
Wait a way to start the. I'll read it now. Oscar,
all right,
you're ready. Oscar Dilder.
Dilder.
The weirdest last name.
The best last name.
Also, the first time I did a skim through the countdown.
Yeah.
The countdown did not register in my mind that it was New Year's. I thought it was in his head, like a crowd of people counting down. Like, this is your moment.
Oh, that's funny. We did not factor in latency when it came to saying that at the same time.
Yeah, that was.
We did better than I thought we were gonna do.
Pretty good, yeah.
It actually went significantly better than I thought. Because yeah, as we were approaching it, I was like, we did not think about the fact that there's a minor delay.
It's not gonna work.
So the hand motions helped. So at some point, I don't know when, maybe next week, we're going to be doing the second episode of this, which is also written, which I actually like a lot more. I think it's a more fun and dynamic episode, and we get to know them a little bit better. But the scene from this that I really like, and I think that captures kind of the tone of the show, is I actually really like his conversation with the librarian.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it even just sort of made me giggle as you guys were reading it.
I forgot that he says eating the books, which is a line that has consistently made me laugh.
Yeah, just that whole metaphor makes me laugh, of firing someone because he's reading the books. Also, the fact is, like, libraries, the books are free, so it's like if somebody stopped coming to the library, that wouldn't like really hurt.
No,
it's a very weird reason to fire someone. And obviously the point of that being he just doesn't like him. And so he's just made up an excuse to fire him.
Yeah, the first four like back and forth lines, really great.
Yeah, just man.
I really don't.
Snapping.
I've always liked you. No, you haven't. That's true, but that's no reason to fire you. That's really. But you are. You're fired.
I can get he caves so fast on it too.
Yeah.
So that's the first episode of the Word of the Day.
Beautiful. Cast it.
Great job. Yeah, cast it.
So
I have Andy in my head right now.
Who do you got?
Well, it's unfortunate because we need a time machine in order for it to work.
Oh no.
But
Are they dead?
Well, no, they're just really old now.
Is it Kurt Cobain?
Why was that ready to go?
I don't know. It's the first dead person that came to my mind.
Fair enough. No, she's not dead. I want Shining era Shelley Duvall to play this character.
Absolutely. Poor Shelley Duvall.
Like
she's had it rough.
Like
she's not doing well, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry, Shelley. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
No, you're good. So,
I
Paul.
Shelley Duvall would be great in this.
Absolutely. So yeah, Paul Giamatti is actually a great suggestion. I also, when I was writing it, I was probably more picturing David Cross to
David
play
Cross.
Oscar.
He's a little humbling.
I was picturing him looking like Tobias, but not at all acting like Tobias.
Yeah.
But that's sort of who I was picturing as I was writing it. And then
librarian.
The chief librarian, this is a great opportunity for like a big cameo.
I've got one in the back of my pocket too, but so does Jordan.
I do.
Okay, I have someone in my head as well. I'd like to hear your guys. Okay, so I would love it to be like Creed Bratton from The Office.
Oh wow,
that's nice. I
want someone old and strange.
I thought his name David Harbour.
David Harbour,
the guy from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
David not a half decent. Like
I thought of him
too, honestly.
What'd
I don't
you say?
want him to.
What?
David Harbour, don't you dare do the lead. Don't you dare play Oscar, but he could.
He could.
Oh, absolutely. I would see him more as Oscar than as.
I just imagine him as, because he plays like this in Stranger Things. He plays the chief, and I think that's a really good.
Chief?
If he played a chief as a librarian, like he played a hard-nosed librarian, I think that'd be funny.
Is he still wearing the uniform from Hawkins?
No, he's wearing the Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, okay. After Hours Chief.
Yeah, After Hours Chief.
All right, Max. Who did you have in mind?
I just always want J.K. Simmons to be in things.
Of course. I mean,
It's a good
that's
one.
actually
Big
it is
fan.
sort of.
Oh man.
What about I was thinking Ken Jeong.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. All right, that's super out of left field.
Yeah.
That's a choice that's very funny.
I could totally cast this whole show with only actors from Community very, very easily.
Yeah, you only have actors from Community who goes there. Who goes there? What am I?
Yeah, so Mandy is Gillian Jacobs.
Yeah, that's great.
For sure. I don't know. Like Garrett could play Oscar.
Garrett, just make Dan Harmon Oscar.
Oh, that's the dream right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Chevy Chase is the librarian.
I do not want to work with Chevy Chase. Also, this is, my dad said, a product idea. This is a product idea from my dad. Pretty unrelated to the movie, but a bowl like an astronaut helmet from The Martian with a visor to protect the cereal from shower water.
so it's just like a blend. You just you go in from the front, just eating the cereal.
Just the most specific invention of all time.
I love that. I love that.
Why aren't all like The Martian doesn't have a patent on that type of helmet, right? It's just like kind of an astronaut helmet.
It is just an astronaut helmet.
That's fantastic. I love that idea.
Thank you, Father. And I can't wait to see what Jordan brings back.
Oh, he's bringing probably a helmet, a space helmet.
Does he have a? Oh my goodness!
He's got a bowl of cereal. Let's see if we could get a spoon
my word.
of some sort.
There. Oh, see, I thought that the helmet was the bowl.
Well, it would be. The prototype.
Well, I don't have
this is the prototype.
Well, yeah, once it's funding, it'll be the bowl.
I would imagine, yeah, the helmet would be attached to the bowl, and it just was fully.
Just.
Is there stuff in there?
Well, this is my dinner.
Cereal?
No, this is not a cereal.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the bowl wasn't for cereal.
No,
spaghetti.
the bowl. The bowl was just the first bowl that was available to me.
That's fair.
Man, we got off track so much on tonight's episode.
Yeah,
I
but
love
that's why you subscribe.
It really is.
That's why you do the Patreon.
That's why
why you hit the
exactly
bell.
7 of you watch live.
Like and share and hit that notification
Yeah,
button.
smash that like button. Leave a comment down below.
Yep.
Wow.
So, what?
Nailed it. That's great. Yeah, we're big now.
Yeah. So before we go, one thing that I do want to tease that's coming in the next couple weeks, because we have officially confirmed that everybody is on board.
Yeah, which is crazy.
We're making it sound like it's going to be a big deal. It's a big deal to us.
Yeah,
And it's a big deal to anyone who has seen the college film that the 4 of us, along with the beautiful Nathan Tomsick, made together in college called The Kings. And I have written a sequel to The Kings.
Not just a sequel.
Not just a sequel.
Well, yeah, it's a
The Kings to A Day at the Zoo.
It's called We Three Kings. What were you
Yes.
going to say, Max?
it's themed.
What?
Not only is it a sequel,
It's
but
not. It's also a Christmas special.
yeah.
And because the cast of our dear film has scattered to various parts of the country, I'm coming to terms with the fact that it's very likely we'll never get to actually make this film as much as I really, really want to. But all of our main actors, so Chris, Jason, and Alex, and then Matt, who played the cult leader in the film, will all be returning for the live stream in the next couple weeks. And I'm so excited about it.
It'll be a lot of fun.
It is going to be a really, really good time. So we got to find a time that works for all of them. Chris lives down in Florida now. Matt lives out in LA, but we will all be coming together to do We Three Kings,
Quoted the wrong band, but it's
the
okay.
Kings Christmas special. So you'll have that to look forward to. I'm really excited. We also have another guest coming. I haven't even told the guys about this. We have another guest that's going to come do an episode with us.
Is it a girl?
So it's not.
That out of context, that makes me sound sad.
Please let it be a girl. So thank you guys so much. My dad said post a link to the Kings. We will definitely make that available for people's viewing beforehand.
Oh yeah.
I almost think what we'll do is we'll have kind of 20 minutes up top where we all just chat with each other. So anyone who hasn't seen the Kings and wants to watch it right beforehand
You can share the screen.
can watch it real quick. Well,
that's not an ideal way.
that's our latency issue comes back up. So
Does
you have that to look forward to. Tonight's episode was a little bit scattershot, but I had a good time.
I had a great
It was awesome.
time.
Oh yeah.
And that's what matters. So thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back next week. And until then, you know what it is. Stay inside, wash your hands, and live your life. We love you. See you next week.